Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Hi. Nice to meet you for the first time. Hi,
Hello.
I can see some very well-known people here. Hi, everybody. Nice to connect from the States, from Latam, from Germany, from Switzerland, and from Spain. Hi, everybody. Okay, we are here, my fabulous team, and hi, Angela. Hi, here, my fabulous team and I, we are here today to share insights of an international headhunter. Hi, would be nice to see everybody by video. Don't you think so? I think it's more human-centric. This is what we are talking about today. So if you could put on your camera, we would appreciate a lot. Yeah, okay. Good, I think we go on. We go on because we have prepared a lot of things for you. Okay, first of all, I'm going to present myself and our team. We are a boutique search company based in Barcelona. Micros, please shut off your micros. Eva, can you silence everybody? Okay, thank you. Okay, we want this session to be very constructive and productive for you. I'm Silvia Taudi, and the CEO and founder of Advantage Consultores. We are a boutique search firm. We are based in Barcelona, Madrid, Lisbon, and in Germany, from which I'm speaking right now. We are more or less between 15 and 20 consultants in all the countries with a very multicultural and international background. And most of you know that during the last 6 years before the pandemic, we were organizing the International HR Conference Barcelona. And so we thought, what can we do until going back to this or a similar format? And so we thought it would be interesting to offer the international HR talks. Every 2 weeks, we are going to invite international speakers who will share with you their insights of the international labor market and of international HR trends. Today, we start the session with our insights of an international headhunter. We want you to learn how do we really work. And that's why we are opening our curtains and to see behind the curtain. Okay, Gloria, would you be so nice to share the presentation? And our social media manager, Eva Romeo. Hi, Eva. Thanks for a good organization. She will record this session so you can have a look at it afterwards or with your teams. Okay. Okay, let's start. Gloria, okay. We are these 3 consultants. We are today sharing with you first myself, the insights of the international labor market, what's happening right now. And after 10 minutes, Gloria will show you how the headhunter is using the headhunter recruiter, the LinkedIn recruiter. And she will give 2 real examples and how you should apply for these positions. And the same will be doing Laia, and then we will have opportunity for a Q&A session. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the new format of the International HR Talks. We already have arranged the next 3 sessions for the next weeks and months. Okay, go on, Gloria. Yes. That's me talking with Sophia the robot. Maybe someone of you have been in this 5th International HR Conference. We talked about robots in the labor work. And I had the idea to invite from Hong Kong, Sophia, the humanoid robot from Hanson Robotics. And she came there and she did a real interview with one of the participants. And I had an interview with her and it was really impressive. It's already 3.5 years ago, but I'm still impressed from this session. And this is only the start, because now during the new trends, you will see what will be happening in metaverse. Okay, Gloria? This is our team. We are very multinational. So sorry for not being diverse. We haven't found any men right now, until now, but maybe this will change in the future. We are from Germany, we are from Albania, we are from Spain, we are from Valencia, Madrid, Portugal, we are from Italy and from America. We are very, very multicultural and multilingual team. And since the pandemic, we are searching worldwide. Gloria? Okay, these are some insights from my part about the global labor market and the insights. A lot has been written about the global resignation, but first a short introduction what I can see in the labor market from our work. The last 24 months have changed everything for business, for leaders, for employees, on a personal basis, on a professional basis. But something is quite clear, power has shifted. In the past, companies had the power, but now the power has shifted from organizations to people. People define what is going on in the labor market, because during the pandemic, everybody was on the screen, and now in the post-pandemic, more or less 60% of people are on the screen. And so employees have started to ask, why am I doing this? Why am I working for this company and for this boss? Is this what I want to go and doing over the next years? Or is there something better in the market? Or are there companies more purpose-oriented? And that's why a lot of people decided during and now after the pandemic to look for new job opportunities more aligned with their values, with their purpose, and with their future. And you know, the big resignation, which is the power word in the States over the last month, is not only a big resignation, it's a big migration. We have seen that every month in the States, 4.5 million of people were leaving voluntarily their jobs, looking for a better life and a better professional life. Right now, 11 millions of job openings in the States, which are not being filled. 3 days ago, I talked to my partners from the global network we are belonging to in New York and in New Jersey, and they told us that last year they didn't even have only one outplacement all over the States. Everything is now talent attraction and not dismissing people and paying them outplacement. Now companies have to invest in talent attraction. You can decide talent attrition or talent attraction. And we are right in a moment that companies invest in treating employees as human beings and not as a part of a machine. We have to break down silos and overcome remote working challenges and to find company purposes. Only 36%, it's a study from Korn Ferry 2022, only 63% of companies have defined their purpose and only 11% communicated. So we have to invest in this. Job quitting is now a trending topic. If you go to TikTok, there is a hashtag which is called job quitter. Yes, it's like fashion right now. No? And if you tell your friends, I have been in my company for 8 years, everybody will look at you, really? 8 years. If you now recruit an employee, you have to be aware he or she is with one step, with one foot in the company and with one foot already outside. I'm very aware of that. That's why I in my company, I introduced the 4 days labor work last year in January, because it's part of well-being of our employees. And so they can organize in a very trustful company culture, when to work, which day to work, and employer engagement has risen incredibly. So we are in a dramatically dynamic labor market. We have never seen this before. I'm in headhunting now for 26 years. I have never before so much hirings. And if you only look at LinkedIn, and the 10th of January, they opened in 1 hour 4,500 LinkedIn job openings. Yeah. So which trend can we see in the labor market? Employee centricity is completely crucial. You have to work for people and have to attract them, build a purpose, give them feedback, give them recognition, have a daily meeting with them, talking about how do you feel, what can I do for you? You have to empower them more than ever. Yes. And talent attraction has to be aligned with the company purpose. Employee well-being is one of the real magic words. And trustful working conditions, hybrid working with smart and flex working. I would like to tell you a real example from this week. We are searching a manager for a multinational based in Barcelona. And we had the ideal company, a candidate. Everybody liked her. And the CHRO, she wanted to have a last interview and to say hello to the new candidate. And she said, look, in the first 6 months, I would like you to be 3 days in the office, in 2 days home office, because you have a team of 7 people. So 6 months, you have to be in the office for 3 days a week. We lost her because she came from a technology environment and she was used to decide when to go to the office. And only by this comment, we lost her. And this is now what's the shift to power of the people in the companies. People strategy first, and we have to invest a lot in mental health. These are the trends in the global labor market. Go on, please, Gloria. And now the latest trends in HR. We are in right now, and I think this is good. All the change is very challenging, but we have to approach the people with a human approach, such from companies, if you're a recruiter from companies, or if you're in consultancy. People first. Candidate experience is everything, because from the very first moment you approach a candidate, by LinkedIn or by email or by a call. And then during all the process, you have to be very close to the candidate, tell every step, ask him or her every day, how do you feel about the offer? What can I do for you? It's very important to do a nice and a human-centric interview. I always start now interviews asking about, can you tell me in 2 minutes, who are you? How was your childhood? Have you got brothers and sisters? What are your hobbies? What is your purpose in life? And this is completely changed because candidates want to talk about their personal purposes and not only about professional stuff. Employee well-being takes center stage. Disruptive action as 4 days labor week is erupting in the world, in the labor world. Employer branding is crucial. You have to know what you can offer to the candidates, what other companies don't offer. You have to, candidates now want to work in sustainable companies, in diverse companies, and inclusive companies. I would like to tell you a real story. I had a candidate last week in Frankfurt. She was coming from a very big multinational as a marketing manager for Europe. And she said to me, I don't know if I am in the right company because over the last years, I have been selling to my customers television, but not only one per household, but 2 or 3. And I really I'm thinking, is this sustainable, what I'm selling? I would like to work in a company who's thinking about the planet, about the forests, about mankind, about plastics in the oceans. And I don't want to send so many television to all the households. So this is completely changing. People want to work in sustainable and diverse companies, and you have to invest in this. That you have to create a purpose for an unleashed future. You have to create trust force models with your employees. Technology driven. Everything in the future is data driven and technology driven. We have to work with data, and we are searching for a lot of people from big data, data analysts, and this is in all categories absolutely crucial. Data is the new currency in the world, and HR design for the HR managers is a strategic focus to design a better working world. Thank you for listening to me. I'm opening later for Q&A session. And my last page will be about where do we headhunters really search candidates. Yeah. Okay, first of all, when we get a new assignment, or the team, we are sitting down in a break, in a session for brainstorming, and we think, who do we know? For example, CEO, or we are looking for a brand manager. Where do we start? No? First of all, we take our network, and we look from former processes if we know anybody. And then we have our database cloud-based. We use talent search. And what's the name, Gloria? Talent Clue, sorry, Talent Clue. And then we use web pages. It depends on the country. Sometimes, for example, we are now searching in Turkey. We are searching in Polonia. We have searched in Saudi Arabia, in the States, Germany, Switzerland, and so on. So we have to look for special web pages sometimes. Only LinkedIn is not enough. But really, the focus is on LinkedIn Recruiter. There is only one country in the world we have never used LinkedIn, and that was in Japan. In Japan, they have their own network, their own platform, and it's in Japanese. So we can't offer services in Japan. Okay, thank you. I switch now to my colleague, Gloria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sylvia, for your insights on the market. And thank you for everyone being here. It's a real pleasure to share these minutes with you and to share with you our knowledge and our insights on the market. First of all, I would like to start my explanation by explaining to you how do we work? What's our process? How do we find our perfect candidates for our clients? And that's a bit visually our process in international and national headhunting. Firstly, we do a really deep client briefing. We need to understand perfectly what is the client looking for, who is the perfect candidate, what industries are they interested in, what companies do they want maybe the candidate to come. And after a lot of talks with them, we would continue with the candidate sourcing. There we would contact to different candidates, as Sylvia said, through different sources. Always LinkedIn has an important place, but not only. There we would get in touch with them, and then we will start with our first calls. As Sylvia explained, this part is quite important. We have to get the best approach to them, to explain first, to do a lot of employer branding. It's true that we never show the company, but we have to get their attention into the position, and it's a really crucial part of the process. After getting a first site on the market, let's say, we do candidate presentations. We talk with the client every week, and then we present to them the best candidates with some one-pagers, which we call it. It's a short summary of the candidate's strong points. And after getting the feedback from the client, after understanding that they like our candidate, that they think it can have a good fit into the organization, we go into the in-depth interviews. And As Sylvia said, this has changed a lot lately. We can see that the in-depth interviews also during the pandemic changed. People are much more personal in their interviews now. It's an interview that it's much more based in competencies rather than the professional focus. People are much more interested to get to know the company values, the company culture, how will they improve their well-being rather than their salary or their professional life. So this has changed a lot. And then when we see that we have the best candidates, we do a presentation with the client where they meet these candidates. And as well, another really important part on the process is the closing and the follow-up, of course. We are partners with the client in this part as well. We are there all along the way in order to be there with the candidate, to understand as well their concern, to bring that to the client on the table, and to do the follow-up at the end. We offer as well coaching sessions after 6 months when they enter in the company in order to find out how is the candidate feeling, are they in the best place, does the company have the best employee for them, and really to have the best fit for everyone.
Gloria, can I add something, please?
Yes, of course, please.
What do you think? Do candidates prefer being approached by a headhunter or by the company itself?
I do think by the headhunter, actually, because they feel more special as well. They feel like the touch is different. And as well, all this enigma at the beginning where they don't know the company, but we give them some insights as well, try to figure out the company, which is it. I think they prefer that, yeah.
Right. In the last question, do you think an external headhunter can do better search than recruiters from the companies inside recruiters?
Well, yeah, that depends on the position, I believe, but I think yes, because it's as well employer branding better for them. I do think that it's better if you as well. It's another touch, it's another view. Are other candidates as well that we bring them to the table as well. Many times we have tried to shift their view on the position as well to bring them different sides from the position. Maybe change. Well, you know that we have had a client that was really focusing to one industry, and then the final candidate was completely different. So I think we bring them another perspective.
I would like to add an external headhunter can open the mind of the client. Why do you want only from a person from the sector, or why do you only want to see juniors or people from 30 to 45? We don't agree with that. We want to present also senior people, diverse people from gender, from age, from nationalities, from languages. And sometimes we change completely the profile of the client because we see what's happening in the market. No? Okay, thank you. Go on, Gloria. Thank you.
Perfect. Because as well, we have the insights from other industries, and that helps a lot because we know different industries, not only the one that they are working on, and that sometimes helps in order to shift the perspective. Well, now we will enter directly into LinkedIn Recruiter. Well, I will show you, as Sylvia said, firstly, how is it organized? Because for some of you, it's new. And then the concrete examples of the positions we have filled. But just a few insights here that it was founded in 2003. It is the world's largest professional network on the internet. And it's used to find better job opportunities, to connect and strengthen the professional relationship, and to just learn new skills to succeed in your career. Sylvia always says it, and I'm sure she will say it today as well, but make the most out of LinkedIn. Use it fully. Try the LinkedIn Premium. Get the best photo, get the best header. Use all the courses that LinkedIn offers to you. Get the best out of LinkedIn because it really helps you grow professionally and personally as well. Just some insights: over 706 million users, available in 24 languages, with members in more than 200 countries, 55 job applications submitted every second, and that's a lot, 20 million open jobs listing, and over 11 million C-level members globally.
Gloria,
So,
let me please add, I have been in LinkedIn in Silicon Valley. I visited them, and it's one of the best companies you can work for. Yeah, and I went there when it still wasn't Microsoft. Now it's Microsoft, and really we have seen a big shift since it belongs to Microsoft.
yeah. So now I will, I'll just share with you my LinkedIn recruiter page, so we can show you behind the scenes, as Sylvia said. Okay, I will share with you just 1 second so I can find it.
Okay, we see LinkedIn different as you because we see it from the recruiter point of view.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so now you can see here, I bring you to my day-to-day sheet, important one. So here you can see that since the beginning it changes because it's LinkedIn Recruiter. Here we have the different projects. We can as well post jobs on LinkedIn. That's what we do in some cases, but we mostly do hidden recruiter. And then we have as well some reports that are some analytics that recruiter brings to you in order to show you, for example, the difference on how many people have answered you this year regarding to last year, or different analytics that you might use in order to maybe improve something in your process. Here we have the talent pool, the pipeline, and the pipeline. That would be interesting for you. We get all the active candidates, their archived ones, uncontacted, contacted, and the persons who answered to us. So I'll explain to you each of the filters, and then on the examples that we will give you on the positions that we have filled, we will focus, me and my colleague Laia, on some of the filters. So you will see the importance that you would give to one filter onto another one, depending on the position as well. So we have the first one is the spotlight. The spotlight means people that are open to work, more likely to respond, engaged with brand talent, have company connection, are past applicants. Of course, that in order to make our work easier, when we start searching, we would go to the candidates that are open to work. So this would be an important spotlight, an important filter, something to be added to your LinkedIn account in case you are searching for a job. And there to specify which industry, what location, what title, etc.
Sorry, Gloria, you can write open to work only for recruiters or to everybody. It's important.
You can only to recruiters as well. So in case you don't want, for example, someone for your company to check that you are looking for an opportunity, and then you can just get only to recruiters, and it would be only me, Sylvia, Laia, who would check that, and not anyone else who does not have a recruiter account. And then we would get to the job titles.
Sorry, may I ask a question?
Please.
Yeah, sorry. My name is Jesus Lozano. I am interim manager, and well, I was very interested in order to know how the recruiters, or even to see the screen that you are showing us at this moment.
Yes.
I have one question now. Is that means that in your LinkedIn application, you have all your database, that the candidates, your own candidates, you have it there as well in the same platform of LinkedIn.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. It's just another part of it when we post the job, and then we get as well all the applicants per position. Yes.
And I understand that then when you have your own applicants, then you can upload there different information that you have from the candidate.
Yeah.
The information that you already had due to previous assignment or previous job or previous contact, I would say. Huh?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And in some cases as well, LinkedIn offers you the opportunity to leave some notes, for example, or so comments. So maybe we would write, if we interviewed him 4 years ago and he did not have leadership experience, for example, we would have that there.
Yeah, and all that means that your database is all in LinkedIn. You work only on LinkedIn in some way.
Jesus, database is completely old-fashioned because people are changing so quickly. There is no database who could really register. So LinkedIn is the best database you have got. But we work with we work with cloud-based database or talent tracking systems. And so for us, it's Talent Clue, but really the best database is LinkedIn, of course.
Okay.
But as Sylvia said, it's not only LinkedIn. We have this Talent Clue as well, where we receive a lot of offer as well. Other platforms we use a lot. We have collaborations with more than 100 platforms that we might post the job in order to get candidates from there as well. Very important are the groups on LinkedIn and the different organizations. That it was one of the advices that I would give you, to be part of them. So we are well, as well, because of Sylvia, who knows everyone, we are part of many organizations and many groups on HR from different sectors, and we would as well go there and approach the candidates. So it's not only LinkedIn Recruiter, it's part of it. Okay, so as I said, we have the different job titles. Yes, Sylvia, do I go on?
No, go on. No, go on, please.
I know, I thought you want to add something. And then we have the locations, of course, for the candidates. And here it would be important to highlight that the location can be current or open to relocate, or open to relocate only. So please get on your LinkedIn all the location where you are, but as well the location where you'd like to be in case you are open to relocate. And please don't narrow it down that much. Like, for example, if you are in Sant Cugat, don't get just Sant Cugat there in case you are open for Barcelona as well, because in some cases we don't put like specific areas. We would put Greater Barcelona area, and maybe more candidates would show up there. The workplaces, this has been a filter that has been added lately, that is on-site, remote, or hybrid. Normally for the clients that we have, it's mostly hybrid, and it might be one of the filters that we use, and as well something that you can add to your profile depending on your preference. Skills and assessments are very important. We have seen many profiles that really don't use it. Please pay attention on this part. Put there all the skills and assessments that you are good at, because this helps not only for this part, but as well for the keyword part that I will explain later to you. So get as many skills, and I think you can add up to 50 or something like that. And then get them endorsed by your colleague, by your friends, and that will help you a lot. There we have companies, because we might search for target companies as well. Like, we want someone that comes from a specific company. Schools, this is not something that we use daily, but for example, if we are looking for a chemical engineer that must come from a highlighted school here in Barcelona, well, maybe we would use that university there in order to get more specific candidate. Year of graduation, in case we want someone and we know the age, for example, we might use this for an internships or something like that. We have the industry as well. It's a very important filter for the recruiters. I would highly suggest you to put a lot of attention into the industry that you would choose. It's true that in some cases it's quite clear, but there are some others that it's not that clear. So have this into account. Get there the industry that your company has the activity on. For example, many of the HR people have just human resources there, but they are working in a company that it's in the IT field, for example. So we would suggest to have attention into the industry. And maybe, for example, if you are in a transition phase and you would like to shift to another industry, get that there as well, because then you would show up to those recruiters who are searching in that specific industry. The keywords are very important for a headhunter, of course. I believe you have heard already that you should have the right keywords into your profile. Keywords are starting from your job titles. A keyword can be a job title, a keyword can be your summary, a keyword can be your headline, a keyword can be as well on the summary that you might have. So please.
We show a real example right now. No?
Yeah. Okay. And as well the employment type, well, full-time, part-time, the languages that we speak that are very important. the languages, the seniority, and in the advanced.
Please show us seniority, please. There was a question from Teresa Miralles. Where do we find seniors?
Exactly, here you might get by seniority. We use this a lot as well. We get senior, manager, director, for example. Since we are
yeah, but senior from age, we can't find it. Yeah.
No, but what we work as well, mostly we work with years of experience. Like if we are searching for a senior candidate who must have up from 15 years of experience, we would directly do this. And anyone that is less than these years, we would not. Maybe there is someone with 14 years, let's say, or 13 years. Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of people who show up, so it's difficult. So here, with years of experience, always we use this a lot as well. And as well, maybe we use as well years in current company, because we don't want maybe someone who has been in his company for only 1 year. So we would play, let's say, with this filter as well. We might go into current company, past company, if we have something that specific. And as well, what I mentioned to you before, and I'd like to share as well, we search a lot by groups. Looks weird maybe, but we do. We have had some specific positions. For example, I will explain to you, but a customer success manager for an AI company. Of course, we would go here to AI groups, to groups that are into information technology. So as well, we would do this. So please be in as many groups as possible. Of course, things that would interest you, but be part of groups, interact with them, and share experience as much as possible. Okay, this would be more or less the recruiter trying to simplify it a bit. And then the two examples that I would like to share with you. The first one is a really special position for me, at least. It was a business development manager that I found in Saudi Arabia. The position was for a Spanish company in the food and beverage industry. And here I've put some of and there is a specific, of course, filter that I would like to put more focus on. I tried different titles, for example, business development manager, sales development manager, sales manager, trade marketing, revenue growth, territory sales. So of course, the job title is quite important. And then the location, it was for Jeddah, but as well could be located in Riyadh as well. So I used that, of course. But here, what was most important was the industry, because they wanted someone that could only come from fast moving consumer goods, food and beverages, or food production. So I was only searching for those candidates. And that was the reason that I used food and beverages, food production, consumer goods, and retail. So the first advice or insight would be, please, take this as a really important filter. Helps a lot the recruiters to find their candidates and get there the industry that you would like to be found for. And as well as a keyword, in this case, we were searching for someone who would be an expert in modern trade. So that means supermarkets and big, big stores. And that's the reason why I put that there, because we saw that in most of the profiles that they had a food service or traditional trade, and that was not our target. And then we had, and then English, of course, we can use the proficiency as well here. Very important to put the proficiency of the language, please, on your profile as well, because that helps to understand how better you speak. And then we would get the candidates that in this case are, I don't know how many, but 68 on the first look that we had. Okay, and the other.
May I just have make a little question?
Yes, of course.
It's regarding the industries, what you just said, using the industries as a filter. Would that only apply to the current position of the candidates, or could that always be, for example, imagine that a candidate is currently in, let's say, renewable energies, but has previously been for...
Hello, can you hear her?
I don't know, 10 years into company or food and beverage, which would make him most probably a suitable candidate. Would this filter take that candidate into account, or only according to the current position?
Yes, the filter would be only for the current position, would be only for the current industry that you have there. So in this case, if you have switched industry, would be interesting to have it as well as a keyword somewhere there in your profile, for example. So let's not just lose your food and beverage industry experience. Get that at some place into your summary, get that into your job summary as well, like in the task that you've been doing there, because at some point, of course, that maybe I will put here as a keyword food and beverages, or I would put here food production, and that would help a lot and would not lose all your 10 years of experience, for example, in food and beverages. You know, although you've shifted right now, but I will find you in case you have it somewhere in your profile.
Okay.
And then the other position that we
Gloria, what's the most difficult part of your job?
In terms of searching, you say?
In general, all the process.
The most difficult, well, sometimes the most difficult is to make the candidates answer. I think from there, when they answer, when I get their contact, when I get in touch with them, I'm super happy, and from there there's nothing difficult. I think or maybe the first touch with them, in order to get their attention into something that we cannot say the name, we cannot give too much details to them. I think the first to grab their attention at the beginning, for me, it's a bit, let's say, most difficult. But then
that's why it's so crucial that we know exactly the client. We are like the partner of the client, and we have to know in depth the company culture, the purpose of the company, and what do they offer different from other companies, from the competitors. No? Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. And then this is not letting me share. Okay, wait. I will share again, please. Sorry. Okay. Okay, and then the other position that I would like to share with you was a digital position, because we have as well in Digital Advantage, where we fill a lot of digital positions, and this was in Andorra. It was a very interesting position because, of course, the employer branding here was super cool. We were working for one of the biggest companies in Andorra, a lot of business units, a lot of different activities, and it was let's say, easy to attract candidates at this point. Here, what I wanted to share with you as an insight, of course, the job titles, the location, but here we wanted someone that would come with a really specific knowledge in a specific CRM system. So we needed HubSpot, Oracle, or Salesforce. And for that reason, at a first point of the start, of course, of the search, of course, this changes many times. Every day I need to have a new strategy, a new approach. But at the beginning, I would search for candidates that would have this into their skills. And that's why at the beginning, I said, please add to your skills all the programs that you know, all the skills that you have, for example, as well, teamwork or leadership or implementation or etc. I will explain you another example as well. But please get into your skills and assessments, really important parts of your job task that would differentiate you from the others. And yeah, this would be an important part as well. We can use this as a keyword, but at skills and assessment as well would help us quite a lot to find the perfect candidates. And in locations, we would use here Andorra, but of course we opened it to Barcelona as well, since Andorra it's not that big.
Sorry, Gloria, it's Jesus again. I have one question. In this case, you are in some way restricting candidates to Andorra and Barcelona, but why the choice?
Yeah, because we always start searching for candidates that are near the location of the company, and we have to do that because mostly of the case, if you would contact someone, because in this case the candidate had to be located in Andorra la Vella, and then if you would contact someone that would be based in Madrid, it would have much less probability that he would relocate to Andorra than a candidate that it's right now in Barcelona.
But in some cases, I understand that is very normal. One person, one individual from Madrid is willing to live in Andorra. I understand that that is a limitation of the company, then, well, you have to
Yes,
add accordingly, no?
Yes. And in that case, if that person from Madrid is able to relocate to Andorra, would help me a lot and would make my life much easier to find him if he would put that into their
Profile.
profile. In open to opportunities, if you would get their Andorra, then if I put open, current, or open to relocate, he would show up to me. He would show up to me, and then I would go and I would contact them. So it's very important when you go to open to opportunities, put all the locations you are interested in. And in this case, you are willing to go, but we can't contact everyone from Madrid or the candidates from Madrid, because the probability that one or two of them says yes, it's not. It's not what.
Okay. I understood. Very clear.
Perfect. And then
thank you.
I will, Laia will explain now the two other examples.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you a lot, Gloria, for your excellent explanation. I'm going to show you now my screen. Okay. Can you see it properly?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to explain you two more cases. They are real ones. And in each one, we're going to focus on a specific area. As the first one, we have a head of Iberia. It's a closed position. It was for the luxury furniture industry for an international Swiss company. So this position, it was a general manager one, and this person had to be very focused on the luxury and high-end market in Madrid. It was for Madrid. So which job titles would we use? In this case, we're going to focus on the job titles filter. So we find, for example, country manager, general manager, head of Iberia, commercial director. As you can see, we can find a wide range of options, and LinkedIn itself already suggests us different titles that are very close to this position, and we can decide if we want to keep one of them or not. Okay, we have this option. So to go on the location, we would put Madrid, the whole area. And then for this very specific position, it was important the team leadership experience. That's why we would put it as a filter. So we already know that this person has the seniority and experience leading teams. Another aspect that we will check now that it's very important to mention in your profile. In companies, we would put the target list that we already had about the companies that are interested in this case. And another option would be the industry filter. In this case, we would put design, furniture, glass, ceramics, architecture, and planning, as it had to be related. And then it was necessary to have a full professional English level. That's why we put it. Okay. So what can we tell about this search? As you can see, it's a position that you can name it in a very different ways. That's why it's important, because as a recruiter, you won't put, for example, for this position, when you're looking as a first option, the beauty manager, business development. You would put first country manager, general manager, head of Spain. So in order not to be missed by the recruiter, it's very important to put a popular title. Okay, and another important thing is that in open to work, you can already specify which roles are you interested as a next step. So the recruiter already knows what are you looking for. Okay, as we already said, it had to be a leadership role. So if you have already led teams, please put it in your description so the recruiter already knows that, and you are less likely to be discarded. And this can apply to other skills, as Gloria already said, as for example, implementing some programs, for example, implementing SAP, etc. Another advice for a position, for a general manager position, as it is very related to sales, it is important in the description to specify the impact that you have had in your company. For example, how much have you improved the sales? Which are your achievements? This way we know what are you willing to do, okay? If you can achieve your goals. So that would be the position as a head of Iberia. Some questions that you have about it?
Laia, sorry, there was a question if, Laia?
Yes.
Sorry, there was a question if we can see the candidate's view for this position.
The candidate's view?
Yes, this is the recruiter view. Can we have a look at the candidate's view?
You mean if when we click, for example, this?
No. How the candidate, which keywords, what has to do the candidate to find this position?
Okay.
The other way around.
To apply. To apply, you mean? To be found or to apply for this job?
Hi, Laia, this is
Apply.
Teresa. I raised the question. Yes, how this candidate can apply. I'm not sure if you are posting of all the positions, or sometimes you are doing this search, but you are not
No,
posting
we are
the
not
job.
posting. We
You always
normally don't post. No,
Sorry, say it again, Silvia?
we don't post.
You don't
Teresa.
post, you do
No.
you do search.
We do
So, but-
search, yes.
Okay, but can we see then the candidate profile, so we see where to put the industries, where to put those keywords, where to put those things, you know? I'm not sure.
Laia,
Take your profile, Laia. Take your
I'm
profile.
going to show you my profile. It's really-
Great, thank you. I think that will benefit all of us, you know.
Or my profile, whatever you want.
Whatever you want, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
yeah.
So for example, that's my profile. Here I am. Yeah. So first of all, here is the header. Okay. Here you can put. Here
Yeah.
it's a very good opportunity not to only put your current position. No. Here you have to put what describes you. For example, I'm an international HR consultant. I'm also a psychologist. I'm in talent acquisition. Okay. That would be my description. Then what else? Here, it's a little bit tricky to find it. Here in Open To, you can decide if you are finding a new job, which services you're providing, and here you will put the Open To Work. Okay, if
Okay.
you're interested, here you can specify the position. Then that's one. Here also.
Can you take mine, please, Laia, if you don't mind?
Look, I'm gonna stop sharing 1 sec. I look for the serious profile and I share again the screen.
Because normally the recruiters are using my profile because I have more seniority and much more contacts. No?
Yeah, it's a better example for sure. Okay. So I'm gonna show you a serious profile from the recruiter side. This way you can know how we see the profile because it's different than in LinkedIn.com. So that's what we would see. As you can see, Sylvia, here she explained what she has done. She's a pure networker, she's a futurist, a founder in HR. This way we know that she's not, you know, all the things that she can offer, the location. And here we can find the description. Okay, here it's a very good opportunity to make it visual so the recruiter can read it quickly, you know, fast, like, and can see what you can offer. Here you can find your position, the company. It is very important to link the company with the website. Okay, this way we click and we can already see what the company does. This is really useful. It saves us a lot of time and we can get a clear idea about your industry that you work in. Okay, here we always recommend to start with a brief description about the company that you are in, because it will also give you keywords, very important keywords when we're looking for you. And then again, well, what you do, the task, what are your goals, what have you achieved, okay? And make it as visual as you can, okay? Don't make it like a very long test, make it visual. Then the education, and yes, some other volunteer experience, the skills. Here is where you find all these skills. That's very important. For example, when we're looking for someone that speaks German, always put that you speak German or another language, always put that. Ask for recommendations, okay? And here you can find it. So yeah.
Laia, can I add something, please? The most important thing that in your title, you don't write your position, but what is your branding? And to find out the branding, you need a brainstorming session, maybe with other people. How do they see you? What makes you different? You are not the HR director of the company X, or you are not a sales manager, but what are you really? I'm a founder of a company, I'm a coach, I'm a humanizer, I like to humanize relationships, I'm a pure networker, I'm futurist, I'm thinking in moonshots. Or what makes you different, yes? This is your branding, and we look for people who have defined their branding. and we will find you more easily because your job titles are down in the job description. Mhm.
Exactly. Thank you, Sylvia. Another tip that you should know is that we can do that search on Bing, and we can easily know what happens if we look for your name in Bing, which offers us information about other social networks, as for example, Instagram, Facebook, projects that you have working, videos that there's in YouTube. That can be very useful, as we can know other researches that you have been participating, other projects, but as well, you have to control the content in other media sites, as you may know. Okay. Yeah. So have I answered your question? Or,
And how can I search the job for example, this one you showed now, head of Iberia? How can I search for this job? Yeah, the other way around.
Yeah, well, as we usually don't publish like C-level positions. We always do research. But yeah, if you go, you should go like to jobs, and here you will have to look for it.
Exactly. You go to jobs, and then you put the different titles you would like, the different locations, and then it will show up.
General manager, and you will have, you can put the location, and well, you have to spend some time looking for it, reading, and deciding which is most interesting for you. Okay. So, do you have any other questions that I can help you?
But where do Teresa wanted to know, where are you putting the location?
Here.
Yeah. Okay.
Here you put the position, the location, and yeah, you can also use some other filters as when it was posted, the seniority that it's required. You can also choose some companies if you have a very specific target, then the job type, if you are, for example, only interested in part-time positions, one set remote. Yeah. So we have a very variety of filters, and yeah, you have to combine them so you find the job that suits you.
And as well, you can add all of this in your open to opportunities part that I explained before. When you go to the open to opportunity tab, there you can add what positions are you interested in, what industries are you interested in, what locations are you interested in. If you are actively looking for a job, if you are just checking in, if you are right now open to opportunities, and as well, that's very here at the part of open to, you know, see, open to find a new job would go, and then you would find there the different.
For example, I can add the job title that I'm looking for. So
yeah, you can add the job title, the workplace, the job.
I'm interested on working on site or on evening.
Okay.
Where?
And then decide if the recruiters would see that or not.
Laia and Gloria, we have 5 minutes left. Maybe people want to ask questions. Yeah. Okay, so we open the questions, the debate.
Let's go on.
Who's asking? Who's asking? Let's go on. What are your questions?
Catherine, I think, has a question.
Yes, I'm sorry. I was struggling with muting. Hi, I'm Catherine. I moved 3 years ago to Barcelona.
Oh, she's
My
frozen.
journey.
No.
And LinkedIn is in English, right? And I was wondering whether, especially here in Spain, it makes a difference, or it is important to take into account to have the profile either in English or in Spanish or in another language, because I saw that you were having it set in English. So what advice would you have there?
Yes, Laia. The advice would be to have it in both. If you would show Laia how it goes.
Yes.
Both.
I'm gonna share my screen. So, okay.
Good.
Here you can decide if you want to add your profile in another language. This way, when we're looking, for example, in Spanish, it will appear in Spanish. If we're using the keywords in English, it appears in English. So yeah, you just have to click here and you choose the other language that you're interested in. Yeah, and it's a very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, because normally we switch. Depends on the position. If it's a general manager position, normally we would, but depends on the position. we would switch into one language, another, German as well. Germans use a lot of long German names there, so we need as well to have that into account.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
More questions? Take advantage of the opportunity.
Well, we have 2 minutes.
Okay, Silvia Zamora. Okay, come on, ask any question.
Hi. So regarding the level of user of LinkedIn, would you recommend it for all, or is there a starting point like people with 2 or 3 years experience? Will you include graduates? Thank you.
Yes, I would include graduates as well. Actually, it's recommended as well for someone who does not have that much years of experience, but maybe he has years of internships, maybe he has some experiences abroad that would be interesting to share with others. Maybe he would like to be in some groups or organizations in order to share experiences with them. So it's not LinkedIn, it's not only to find job or to be found by the recruiters or to change. It's as well to share, to connect with others. So for sure, I would recommend it as well for someone who is graduating and who has some experience to share with others.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
You're welcome.
What do you think about using LinkedIn Premium? Sylvia, would you like to answer?
Yes, it's highly recommended because it's like a marketing tool and you can contact much more people than from the normal LinkedIn. It allows you to see videos, trainings, and make much more connections. It's really worth your money.
Exactly. And as well, the algorithm is made in such way that if you are, unfortunately, but if you are paying more money to LinkedIn, then he would show you more on the LinkedIn algorithm. Yeah, of course, if you can, rather than, of course, use it for all the LinkedIn courses and everything that you have there, as well, your chances of appearing into the recruiter searches are bigger if you have premium.
My recommendation, spend less time in Instagram and Meta Facebook and more time in LinkedIn, because it's really all the information, the lecture is very, very inspiring and very useful.
Thank you, Helena.
And if you're a company, you have to invest in recruiter. One recruiter account is more or less 5,000 euros a year. And I think we have 5, and sometimes we should need more, no?
Yeah.
So it's really important, yeah. Okay, we are going to send you the record to everybody. And please notice that in 2 weeks, we have a fantastic presentation from the States about metaverse in HR.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Have a nice
Bye.
afternoon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.